Hello, this is Breakfast with Louise Minchin and John Sopel.
Morning. First, our main story for you. There has been another grim warning on the state of the British economy, this time from business leaders at the CBI.
Yes, they're predicting big problems ahead on borrowing, on growth and on unemployment. Well, let's go straight over to Mariam at the London Stock Exchange for all the details. Mariam.
And staying with the economy, BMW have confirmed that 850 people will lose their jobs at the Mini car plant in Oxford. Within the past few minutes, the factory's weekend shift has been abolished. Let's take you live to our reporter, Andy Moore, who's outside. What's going on, Andy? A little bit later on, we'll be hearing from one of the banks involved in the cashless experiment. And also, I do write cheques. I write a couple of... I write for
my
newspapers.
Paper bill.
Yeah, and I pay for my dry cleaning by cheque.
I paid for 2 cinema tickets online, bought them online. It came as a text message to my phone, went to the cinema, there was no paper at all, and they just wanted to see the text message, and they showed us to our seats.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that.
And so that was completely paperless transaction at all. No paper any stage of the journey.
No coins anymore.
No.
We'd like to hear your stories about that. Are you getting rid of your pennies? And also, if you want more on this story, you can go to When the Penny Drops at bbc.co.uk/penny.
Now, you might think that using a metal detector is a pretty harmless hobby, but according to English Heritage, it's being hijacked by dodgy dealers who've got no interest whatsoever in local history.
Yes, they're known as Nighthawks, and they aim to make a killing by selling their finds on the internet. Our environment correspondent, Sarah Mukherjee, is in East Sussex to tell us a little bit more. Morning to you.
Best level for fuel consumption.
Friday's One Show, we have a man who knows all about weird weekends. That's Louis Theroux.
Insurance advice if you're grounded by any volcano-related activity.
And Jay's Foodie Friday.
See you in a minute.
Other news this week, rapeseed oil against olive oil. Now, if you go to the countryside at this time of the year, you will see glorious...
You're lovely. You know what? I love takeaways. That really worried me.
I know, Foodie Fridays, and in recessionary times, people cut back, and that's what they've been cutting back on. Slaughtered to the sound of Monteverde.
Other news this week, rapeseed oil against olive oil. Now, if you go to the countryside at this time of the year, you will see glorious...
You don't cook it yourself, and today you have.
But if you can't get someone else to do it properly, I'm going to pass you a potato
And these are
salad.
Jersey Royals, is that right?
They are. Now, my taste seasonal, April, you're not even going to eat it, are you?
Well, no, I would...
Help yourself. Hello, good morning. This is Breakfast with John Sopel and Louise Minchin.
A very good morning. It's Tuesday, the 17th of February.
Also ahead.
Packaging, that's according to the people who have to get rid of it for us.
Yes, the Local Government Association, which represents councils in England and Wales, says supermarkets should pay for the extra cost of collecting and recycling. We'd like your thoughts on that as well here this morning. Now, in other news, a British soldier has been killed in Afghanistan. The serviceman... Extraordinary. Now, figures out this morning are expected to show that inflation has continued to fall from its peak just over 5% last September. Mariam Moshiri is at the London Stock Exchange to tell us more. Morning, Mariam. For later, though. Thanks very much, Tim.
We'll be back. Now, how do you count all the stars in the cosmos, and how do you classify hundreds of thousands of galaxies? It's a job that would tax the world's biggest supercomputers, but astronomers from Oxford have come up with a very simple solution. It's you and me.
Gosh, they've created a special website to get ordinary computer users to count and classify the stars for them. It's called Galaxy Zoo, and Graham Satchell has been taking a look at it. 200 people are now known to have died following the wildfires in Australia. Police say that number is expected to rise still further. People should be able to veto excessive rises in their council tax, say the Conservatives. The proposals for local referendums on council tax are part of a series of ideas